What's going on, guys? My name's Emmanuel and welcome to my channel. Peter Lynch said people who succeed in the stock market also accept setbacks and unexpected occurrences. Huge price drops do not scare them out of the stock. He also says to know what you own and why you own it. So with that said, Boohoo is back in the headlines once again, and no, it's not positive news. It's to do with fresh allegations reported by the Guardian newspaper that revealed newly surfaced audits that highlighted some of Boohoo's suppliers were paying slave wages. Yes, that old news. So as a result of this news report, Boohoo was down by over 17% at one point during Friday's trading and actually ended up the day closing at almost 9% down. So for today's video, I want to take a detailed look at this Guardian report and identify the new issues that were raised apparently. We will look at Boohoo's response to the Guardian's report, and also I want to take a look at what this means for Boohoo stocks going forward. And finally, will I be buying more, holding my position, or selling and taking my profit? So those are the objectives for this video, guys. But before we jump into today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, as it really helps my channel grow. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my latest stock analysis and any major stock news. We are well on our way to 3K subscribers, and it would be absolutely incredible if we can hit that very soon. So with that said, guys, I appreciate your support, and let's hop into today's video.
Alright, so let's take a look at the article published by The Guardian, and the headline reads, Revealed. Auditors raised minimum wage red flags at Boohoo factories. Now, the article goes on to show a video of an aggressive factory manager who is chasing out auditors off his premises. And I won't play the video because it does contain some strong language, but it actually turns out that the auditors that the manager was chasing off his premises were in fact Boohoo's own auditors, okay? That's just ridiculous. But you also have to bear in mind, guys, that these factories do not only supply Boohoo. Regardless, this audit is terrible for his business and for his factory. Now, I read through the entire article and highlighted some key points, and I'll also link this article in the description below if you care to take a read. But here are some of the key points from the Guardian article. Okay, so it says workers in at least 18 of Boohoo's supplier factories have been paid below minimum wage. These Leicester factories also supply other fashion labels, okay? So from this first point, I don't think there's anything new. If anything, when I first started covering this whole Boohoo situation, and also when I first started investing in Boohoo, at the time, I just thought it was just one supplier, but it actually turns out there's 18 more. So that's a bit crazy, okay? So another point, guys, was that the workers in these factories were not clocking in nor clocking out of their shifts. So hours were given to workers in handwritten notes rather than an automated system. Now, this led to obviously a discrepancy in working hour records, which led to some of them being paid an equivalent of £3 to £4 an hour. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm working in a factory or a warehouse or wherever it is, and they're not clocking my hours correctly, there's going to be some issues, all right? So as this is developing, I also am now taking a look at the workers. What kind of worker would not want their hours to be recorded properly? Do you get what I mean? So I'm looking at the workers as well in this situation. Another key point that was highlighted from the article, that the audits were dated from 2017 to present, okay? So there is no suggestion that Boohoo had access to the reports which were circulated to some of the factory managers. So the factory managers in the Leicester branches were aware of the audits that's been dated back from 2017, but the article doesn't highlight whether Boohoo were aware or not. Another key point from the article was that 8 out of 18 companies denied some or all of the claims set out in the audits, with some calling them historical or saying that they did not represent typical standards, and the other 10 did not respond to the multiple requests for comments, okay? So these were the key points that I took from this Guardian article. Let's take a look at Boohoo's response to this article. So Boohoo said, due to the nature of the non-compliance that we have found in a small number of manufacturers, so they are admitting to this, we have immediately suspended orders with a number of suppliers whilst they take the appropriate action to resolve the issues identified. This includes some of the manufacturers identified by The Guardian. It added that it was deeply concerned by these findings, but said that until its own investigation and its own independent QC-led review were complete, it will be inappropriate for us to comment further. the brand did not clarify which of their factories it had suspended, okay? So the key points from this, guys, is that Boohoo have immediately suspended current orders with a number of suppliers that they have already found from their own investigation to be non-compliant, okay? And an independent QC-led review is still ongoing. Now, Boohoo have also further released a statement on their website which details when it expects to provide us with an update from its investigation. And it says, the group will provide an update on the findings of the report with its half-year results for the 6 months ending the 31st of August 2020 on the 30th of September. So if you're currently a Boohoo shareholder, you need to have the 30th of September in your diary. This is crunch day. This is D-Day, as they like to call it, because that is when we will not only have an update on their own investigation and also the measures they have taken to prevent this from happening again, we will also have an update on all the important financials and whether this whole shenanigans have actually affected revenues. I personally do not think this would have a significant impact on their top or bottom line, but again, we have to wait to the 30th of September to find out. Now, the question is, what does this mean for Boohoo stock going forward? Well, I can tell you this, guys. The Mail Online have, of course, jumped on the bandwagon once again, given its opinion on the Guardian's reports. So I do think this might begin to pick up some steam once again, but I actually do want to highlight one thing that the Mail Online did. So if you scroll down to the end of the Mail Online's article, they actually show us a chart of the Boohoo share price action. But notice how they only showed us the steepest part of the collapse, right around here. But of course, we know that they have deliberately omitted the strong 53% recovery of Boohoo share price since that point in July. And this is why you have to love the media. They love, when I mean love, they love to blow things out of proportion with their sensationalism headlines, which of course scares investors out of the stock. And that pushes prices lower. And we investors who actually do our homework can capitalize on this and make some sweet returns. So personally, I say bravo to the media for doing an incredible job. You're helping us investors who actually do their homework to make some nice profits, okay? But in terms of where Boohoo's share price will go from here, I think, and this is my opinion, guys, I think it might actually start to trickle lower over the next few weeks, especially if more and more media outlets begin to report on this story. I mean, I am currently still up over 10% on my position, and I have now set aside another 1k for this stock. And if price touches my average position, then I plan to buy more shares, and it will be between 300 to 400 pounds worth of shares. And if the price drops even below my average price, then I will load up a further 400 pounds worth of the stock. And if it drops to the lower £2, then I will load up the rest and I will hold till the 30th of September. I just want to remind you guys of Boohoo's financials, okay? So, of course, we're going to get an update on the 30th of September. But as it stands right now, guys, look at their revenue growth. You know, from 2018 to 2019 to 2020, they have grown their revenue massively. Now, of course, there are going to be people in the comment section that say, oh, it's because it's cheap labor or whatnot. But remember, it's their suppliers. It's not Boohoo themselves, okay? And also, take a look at their net income. They've pretty much nearly doubled their net income from 2019 to 2020. That is incredible. And taking a look at their balance sheet, they have 245 million in cash versus debt of 2.92 million. So they practically have no debt. They have an incredible current ratio of 1.76. So in terms of this company going bankrupt anytime soon, they pretty much have no debt. They have more value in their total current assets versus their financial obligations for the next 12 months. This company is very, very unlikely to go bankrupt within the next 12 months unless something drastic happens. So let's say, for example, they find Boohoo guilty, then of course there's going to be some payout. But I don't personally think Boohoo can be found guilty in this situation unless there's evidence that shows that they were aware of what was going on in these factories and they turned a blind eye. So up until that point, I'm personally not worried at all. I am not worried in the slightest. So before we go, I also posted this into the YouTube community and I want to give a shout out to every single one of you that responded and replied. I just wanted to get a sense of what you current Boohoo shareholders are thinking. And we've got WS who said that he's topped up as soon as he saw it crash. Good on you, bud. Chris Jones said he topped up his position too. Samir said it's top up time. Don't know, Samir. Rago Return said the hedge funds shaking the tree again. And JT put a thumbs up saying nice ones. I think judging from your replies, and also now I've dug a bit deeper and I've revealed a bit more of what the article suggests, I think they're just pretty much regurgitating what we already knew. So I don't think it's anything to be worried about. As I did highlight, I do think Boohoo's share price will take a hit over the next few weeks. But as everyone is saying, it's top up time. You know, Samir said it there. It's top up time, okay? So have a budget in place, guys, if you do plan to add to your holdings. Be disciplined, be patient. Reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions regarding Boohoo or what to do. I'm more than happy to help you guys. This is what we're here for. This is why we created this community. And lastly, before I go, we did have a huge surge of subscribers this week. I want to say welcome to every single one of you. I truly appreciate you guys. And also, you may have noticed my audio is sounding a little bit Barry White. It's because I was able to invest in a proper mic to make these recordings. Prior to this, I was using my laptop mic for the screen records, but we now have the Blue Yeti, baby. We got the Blue Yeti. We've upgraded, and I hope you guys appreciate the audio. I do plan to continue to grow this channel and bring you along with me. So thank you all so much.
Remember the Peter Lynch quote that I gave you from the beginning of this video. The people who succeed in the stock market are those who know what they own and why they own it. They do not get scared out of their stock positions due to price declines or some media just trying to get attention. And we need to remain confident with our analysis and be prepared to capitalize on investors with weak hands. Remember, the stock market is a device for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. So I plan to remain patient up until the 30th of September, and I was thinking about possibly doing a live stream on the 30th of September when the financials are announced. But let me know in the comments below if you think this live stream will be a good idea. But ultimately, guys, make sure you do your own due diligence and your own analysis before you decide to invest in any stock or invest in any company. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. I just love researching and investing in stocks. So all the links to help you with your investing are in the description below, including some books that I highly recommend. With all that said, guys, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want more content from me. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.